and welcome to 880 Wrestling Thursday Night Fights! Our opening contest is a tag team attraction scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
Hello everyone and welcome to Thursday Night Fights. Pittsburgh's favorite jagoff, Austin Carnes, joined here on commentary with the professional Paul Michaels. And we're starting things off with a tag team match.
Austin, great to be here with you. Tag team match on the way.
By the Man-Eater Centurion Hall. First, they are the Gemini Nightmare. Daddy's favorite wrestler, Jadis Quinn, accompanied by the Playboy, Elijah Love.
So this is interesting, Paul. We have a makeshift tag team here to start things off on Thursday Night Fights. Centurion Hall obviously falls in tow. What do you think of this tag team?
This is kind of par for the course for Elijah Love here, Austin. Elijah Love, since I've been here in the 3 months, has tried many a different tag team partners, kind of throwing darts, trying to get something to land. We'll find out tonight how this works out with a newcomer to 880 Wrestling in Jadis Quinn.
And their opponents.
Couldn't have said it better, Paul. Shout out to everyone in the chat tonight. Of course, Eamon Payton, who unfortunately isn't here. We miss you, Eamon. Got Autumn in the chat. William Porter in the chat. And is that Mike? Yeah, screw that guy. Oh, yeah.
They hail from all over the galaxy. Weighing in at one whole Imperial Troop. They are the Lost Primarch, Johnny fucking Demise. The Gigabyte Grizzly, Bohemian. You are on Death Watch!
Well, Death Watch is here. Johnny fucking Demise and Bohemian. One of the most experienced tag teams to date here on 880 Wrestling is set to square off. Excited for this one, Paul. It's going to be great.
And we talked about Elijah Love trying to find maybe a permanent tag team partner. Deathwatch, obviously an established team here in 880 Wrestling, but they're trying to expand their ranks. They're recruiting beyond the traditional two-person tag team. We'll have to talk a little bit about that.
Looks like Elijah Love possibly will be the one to start it off for this new team. Bohemians will start for Deathwatch. And match is on their way. Let's go. Bohemians, of course, we've seen in eliminator matches. We've seen top of the card. We've even seen him go up against Liberty L at one point in time when Liberty was still Thursday Night Fights champion. So now they're kind of changing gears, changing directions, looking to expand like you added on, Paul. I mean, this is a great first test for them.
Deathwatch has put a lot of the groups in 880 Wrestling kind of on notice. Dead Hand Society, Department of Jocks, the Leaders by Example, basically all of those groups, you know, that have kind of run roughshod over the organization. Deathwatch kind of saying we need numbers in order to combat some of these organizations that are running rampant in our company. So we saw there possibly an alliance with Princess Amanda, and now at least a soft teaming up with Blizzy Blake last week at Kings of the Cold. That's big-time suplex by Bohemian takes down Elijah.
Yeah, Elijah Love nearly sent across the damn ring by Bohemian. You can already hear the bro chant starting off early. We're going to take Elijah Love into his corner and tagging in Johnny Demise.
Austin, I think this is where we see the contrast between Deathwatch as an established team here in 880 versus a brand new team. They'll work their style. They'll keep the action to their corner with frequent tags. As Elijah Love now able to make the tag, though, to Jadis.
Yeah, and this is Jadis Quinn's first appearance, as we mentioned before, here at 880 Wrestling. And, I mean, we talk about how experienced Death Watch is, how experienced both Bro Hemoth and Johnny Demise is. It's going to be kind of hard to scout a competitor like Jadis Quinn, who we have not quite seen yet here on Thursday Night Fights.
And Daddy's favorite wrestler is certainly a wild card here in this matchup. But I think gels kind of well with Elijah Love as far as the aesthetic goes. I also heard they're both Geminis, Austin. What do you think about that?
Are they? That's cool. That's great. Is that what you had in your notes?
It is.
As these two square off. Oh, big knee right to the gut of Demise. And Quinn seems like certainly the fan favorite, huh?
Not quite so much, but it's always a pro Death Watch crowd here at the warehouse.
And of course, we still have so much great action to come tonight. 2 championship matches to end things off. I will even be getting in the ring later myself, Paul, and interviewing the new hardcore champion, KC Moore. I had to put a little emphasis there as Johnny Demise delivers that spine buster.
I'm sure you will love that. But beyond that, Austin, I'm here with you for the whole night. So get ready, my friend. You know, you mentioned Eamon Payton, unfortunately unable to make it here tonight due to weather. So sometimes the best ability is availability, and I'm going to be here throughout the night to call the action.
Of course, you're going to go straight down the middle with that playbook of yours, aren't you?
Of course, professionals are never biased.
Sounds good to me. You see Demise just scouting out Jadis Quinn as Quinn looks to regroup. Of course, so much going to be at stake here in the coming months of 880 Wrestling, and look at that, a bit of a cheap shot there from Quinn to Bro Hemoth. Official distracted, and oh, what a big pump kick there by Quinn.
Not a person I would want to anger in Bro Hemoth, but effective. George Ross distracted by Bro Hemoth trying to get into the ring, and this team here taking advantage.
Yeah, Quinn with a quick cover after that. It's only a 2 count, though. Oh, you hear that, Paul?
That was a statement kick there.
Jadis Quinn gonna look to slow the pace down. It just hammers away on JFD. Oh, and look at this. Digging the boot deep into the side of the face of Demise is Quinn. But again, look at this. Elijah Love taking advantage of the official being distracted again, and Bro Hemoth trying to make the save, but he can't.
Jadis Quinn and Elijah Love definitely seem to be gelling here in the early on as a team. Kind of doing the opposite of what I predicted, kind of working the match over into their corner. And
oh, what a big knee. And Elijah Love going to take the scraps himself. Big double knee to the chest. Oh, and a big double stomp. Cover by Love. This may do it, Paul. No, only 2. Elijah Love visibly upset. Thinks there should have been a 3 count, and now he's just going to hammer away. Of course, our chat going crazy tonight. Autumn in there. William Porter is in there. Junior's still in there. You see that? Call me biased.
Is he saying nice things about me?
Yeah, very nice things. He said, thank you, Paul. Austin is biased. Those are his exact words.
Fantastic. I love it.
But look at Elijah Love. I mean, I would say ever since the World Series back at the Penn Brewery, Elijah Love has just had this newfound confidence within him. I mean, we saw that big springboard moonsault after Satorian Hall used whatever was in that hairspray can. And ever since then, Elijah Love has been poised with confidence.
2026 could easily be a breakout year for Elijah Love, Austin. And it looks like he hasn't been wanting to do it on his own here, looking to try to possibly enter those red-hot tag team ranks here in 880 Wrestling.
Yeah, and I mean, it feels like Elijah Love is still trying to find a new tag team partner. I mean, Jadis Quinn very well could be it if they can knock off Death Watch tonight. But look at this, though. Official still again distracted with Bro Hemoth, both Quinn and Love in the ring at the same time. At some point, we got to get some control.
And George Ross now exerting his authority, working that 5 count on Elijah Love. Johnny Demise has taken so much punishment in this match. Would love to make that tag to Bro Hemoth.
And Paul, you're the professional here. I got to ask, what kind of strategy would you give to Johnny Demise in this situation? I mean, Elijah Love and Quinn is doing such a good job at limiting the ring, keeping Demise far away from Bro. What would you do in this case?
At this point, it's just about finding an opening. The moment that opening comes, it's to get back to your corner and make that tag. But that opening is just not coming here.
Well, this may do it. Cover. Whoa, only 2.
We're seeing the resilience of Johnny Demise here. It's hard to keep Johnny down as stiff strikes by Quinn. I'm liking what I'm seeing here out of Jadis Quinn.
It's honestly hard to disagree with you. Jadis Quinn has been on an absolute roll in their debut match. You can see Jadis Quinn even barking orders at Bro Hemoth in the far corner. Bro wants to get in this match. He desperately wants to get in.
And Jadis Quinn not making any new fans here at the warehouse, certainly, but still very effective in this offense and has completely been working Johnny Demise here in this matchup. Bro is so desperate for that tag.
So desperate, and look at Demise, big spear! My gosh, nearly cutting Quinn in half.
And Austin, this is precisely that opening that Johnny Demise needs here. It's all about just making that tag. You're not going to capitalize with offense. You just need to get out and get your fresh partner in there to hopefully clean house. But Elijah Love now getting involved.
Yeah, you see that. Demise was trying to go for the tag after the big spear, fights off Love, and finally makes the tag. Here comes the Gigabyte Grizzly. Bro Hemoth on a roll, back elbow after back elbow. And this is the Bro Hemoth that we've been all waiting to see. Oh! And Bro calling for it. Oh! Into the corner. Now in the Quins. Train's been off the tracks now, huh, Paul?
Everybody gets a turn.
And Bro Hemoth just sends Quinn right into Love, and oh, this could be disastrous. Quinn ducks, and oh man! Rocking Jadis Quinn.
The complexion of this match completely changed when Bro Hemoth got in there, as Elijah Love interrupts that for a near fall.
Yeah, Bro Hemoth was looking to go for the finish. A little bit of wind might have been taken out of him on that slam, but uh-oh. Bro Hemoth has a hold of Elijah Love. He fights out of it. And I don't even think that's really that effective. I think he's just pissing off Bro.
Slap by Elijah might have the opposite effect of intended.
I think I agree with our fans here at the warehouse statement that they're saying. Oh, Bro's asking for it. Uh-oh. Turning him around into a big forearm. Nearly knocking his damn head off.
This is not the type of match you want to wrestle against Bro Hemoth. You can't outstrike him. You can't outpower him. And what's Death Watch thinking here, Austin?
I think they're looking for the end. Big double choke slam. Nearly putting Elijah Love through the ring. And now they turn their attention to Jadis Quinn. JFD hoists them up on his shoulders. And here's Big Bro Hemoth into that neck breaker. Covered now by Bro. Hooks the leg, and that's it.
Here are your winners. Death Watch!
Death Watch with an impressive win here at the start of Thursday Night Fights against Elijah Love and the debuting Jadis Quinn. What a win there, Paul.
What a win for Death Watch, and again, looking to expand their ranks to take on some of the larger groups here in 880 Wrestling. It's always good to rack up those wins, kind of, sell yourself a little bit to that locker room. Say, hey, come get on this winning side. It's time for that war. Let's take out some of these bigger factions. I was very impressed with Jadis Quinn in that debut, and we'll see if this one sticks for Elijah Love as a partner, but the story of tonight is Death Watch and that big win here in this opening contest.
Death Watch continues to impress, continues to grab some eyes, grab some attention, but the question from here on out is where are they going to go for the rest of 2026? One amazing win. Let's go back over to Tony Tondera.
As we continue this evening, we do remember at 880 Wrestling Kings of the Cold, we have a new TNF champion. And at this time, we welcome to the ring our new TNF champion, Marco Narciso.
I mean, do we have to? Well, you heard Toddy. There is a brand new TNF champion, and it happens to be none other than a Marco Narciso. Ugh.
And it was at the beginning of the month, Austin, that Marco Narciso called his shot, saying that he would acquire gold in 880 wrestling in 2026, wasted no time challenging the villainous Liberty L, now the former TNF champion, and bringing that TNF championship over into the Leaders by Example and, by extension, the Den of Desire. And we are now living in the era of Marco.
Give me the chills when you said that. Not the good kind of chills either. Marco Narciso, filled with confidence as ever. And it seems like they have a statement they want to make tonight, so I'm going to pass things over here to Marco in a second as they get a little bit of a championship intro. This just makes me sick seeing Marco with that title. I mean, you saw the match, Paul. I mean, Honey Darling was involved. There was Powder. What went into it?
You know, being the humble person that I am, I'm not going to stand here and say that I told you so. Just kidding! I told you so! Woo! I told you, Toddy. I told you, Austin.
Me?
I told you, Sorg. I told you, especially Tupac family. I told all of you.
He told all of you.
He didn't tell you.
I knew.
You all called me a traitor. You all called me a gold digger. And you all called me a hussy.
You called him all those things, didn't you?
Me? Not me. Maybe a couple.
But I'll have you know, I'm not a traitor or a gold digger. I can't help that the gold just seems to find me. And to think, I won the TNF championship on Friday just based off of my own talent and merit alone. Although, I suppose I did have some support in my victory. That's right. A special shout out goes to my G-string. And I'm home right now watching from the den, but I must extend a warm thank you to you as well. You were cheering me on from the outside of the ring the whole time. And an ocean full of incompetent and moronic sea cows, you were the one and only shining mermaid in my life. Now, I know you all may be wondering, but Marco, what happened to Leaders by Example? Didn't you love those men? Didn't you shower them with affection every night? And then shower with them afterwards?
What? I beg your pardon?
Well, the answer is simple, really. I am above being a leader. Because I am a god. I refuse to be associated with a bunch of no belt-having losers. And if this past month was any indication, those three stooges sure are great at losing by example.
I mean, got a point there.
I mean, where were they this whole past month when I needed them anyway? Oh, I forgot. John and Clayton were too preoccupied losing consecutive matches to psychedelic dreams. Or, as I like to call them, the diet den of desire. I mean, come on. A flamboyant star on the rise and his high-flying tag partner. Where have we seen that one before? You know, it's a shame, really. John and Clayton went on and on about how they're gay enough, but they never once got bi-curious about winning a match. And don't get me started on KC Whore stripping my now X-Man Reese of his title as well. I mean, do you know how embarrassing that is? Unfortunately for you, Reese, it turns out you have to be about this tall to continue riding this roller coaster. And unfortunately for you, you don't quite fit that bill. But no worries. Now that you've lost your title, you can quit pro wrestling for good and return to your one true passion in life. Baking chocolate-filled cookies in your miniature treehouse with all the other Keebler elves. If I were any of you, I would start bowing down now, for this reign of mine is going to be infinite. I mean, it is the year of the horse. And for any of you barn animals in the back who dare to challenge me, remember this. Don't be mad because you can't measure up. Nobody can when you're beneath Marco Narciso.
Well, that was a statement for sure, huh, Paul? Marco Narciso, your new Thursday Night Fights champion.
And there is so much to unpack here, Austin. Marco not only declaring himself a god, but also seemingly denouncing the leaders by example in the process. That was a scathing rundown of Marco's former brethren in that group.
I mean, I don't know if I'm going to necessarily complain about that last part, but we'll see.
I want to first apologize for all the sea cows watching from home. You're part of our family, too.
Any sea cows in the chat?
This next contest is a 8-person specialty match. Introducing team number 1.
Well, there's about to be a lot of people in the ring, Paul. We are ready for this big tag team contest. And here comes John.
Introducing first, Big Jim Fridge, Mickey Morris, and the 6'7", Dev Swayze. They are the Department of Jocks. Alongside this evening by KJ Styles Irv West.
Well, this is certainly an interesting team here, Paul. I mean, you got Mickey, you got Dev, you got Big Jim Fridge, and you got Irving West.
Yeah, now my understanding is, the Department of Jocks are such a social group. They are party animals, and I'm told that Irv West can't really exist either politically or socially.
Team number 2.
I'm certainly excited to see how this pairing works out. Got a gremlin and 3 jocks. Oh, yeah.
Introducing first, Los Tonios, CJ Monroe, and making his debut for 880 Wrestling, Angel Velez, and also Michael Mack.
Well, another makeshift team here we have, one half of MDMA, Los Tonios, along with the recently debuting CJ Monroe and 2 T2T Brooklyn folks as well in this match. So certainly a T2T Brooklyn night here in downtown Pittsburgh, as Tony mentioned before.
Yeah, we've got quite a few representatives from T2T Brooklyn in the house tonight. It starts here with both Michael Mack and Angel Aviles. And we will see more action or more representation from T2T Pittsburgh later tonight. In fact, two members of that school, and Jay Karma and Nikki Winters, will be challenging for the 880 Tag Team Championships later on tonight against the new champions, Psychedelic Dreams.
Yeah, big Brooklyn night, as you mentioned, Paul. And this is Los Tonios starting out with Irving West. I got to ask, how does Irving West's dynamic going to work with the jocks? I don't quite understand it.
Yeah, it definitely seems like Irv West kind of sticks out like a sore thumb over there with the Department of Jocks.
Oh, little double team action there from Tonios and CJ Monroe. I mean, we have a lot of younger folks here in this match. I think I would argue that Los Tonios might be the most experienced here.
It's interesting. I mean, we talked about CJ Monroe here with a big scoop slam on Irving West. Just debuted this month in 880 Wrestling and is, from the 880 perspective, the second most experienced person on his team. So that's an interesting dynamic with, a group where 75% on the other side, you have the Department of Jocks who have been teaming together for what seems like an extremely long time, especially by comparison.
And Irving West just beating down CJ Monroe in that far corner. Of course, as Paul mentioned, we still have so much more action to come tonight, including that big 880 Tag Team Championship match with Psychedelic Dreams. And here's 2 more tags. Oh! Big forearm there. This is Michael Mack. Oh! A big step back into Gary, dropping Mickey Morris. We saw Mickey Morris also in competition earlier tonight against CJ Monroe in our happy hour before Thursday Night Fights went on the air. So Morris doing double duty tonight.
Yeah, both of them, and CJ Monroe actually picked up the victory in that matchup, so this will be a little bit of a revenge tour for Mickey Morris here on our main TNF card.
Don't forget Wrestling Mayhem show every Tuesday, 9 p.m. here on IndyWrestling.us. MDMA will be joining. Of course, a lot of snow here in downtown Pittsburgh. Surprised we were able to get in, Paul.
I am, yeah. MDMA were scheduled for this week's show, but that they'll now be on next week's show. That'll be Tuesday night.
This is Big Jim Fridge. Rocking some new gear, it appears. Wait a minute, throws the official in the corner just to get an aided assist by Dev Swayze and Mickey Morris. What the hell, Fridge? Oh, big Irish whip. And we're making a little mini hoop, I guess. Oh, slam dunk right on the top of the head of Mac. Tag in, here comes Dev Swayze. And Paul, the question that I've been asking ever since that I arrived here at 880 Wrestling is, how tall really is Dev?
The number that I keep hearing, Austin, is 6'7",
6'7"? Is it really? I smell a little bit like 6'1", 6'2". No? Okay, covered by Dev. Only a 2 count there. I mean, it's a well-known fact that the jocks don't know how to count either. They can't read, they can't count. They went to CCAC. I went there for 2 years, trust me, I know.
They can party, though.
They can party. They have been partying on a bunch of different campuses, a bunch of different universities around downtown. I'm surprised I haven't seen them at Point Park yet. Big Jim Fridge back in here now. And just lining up Mac in the corner. DOJ boot right to the face. Covered up now by Fridge. Only 2.
Jocks and Irving West keeping the action isolated over to their side of the ring. Frequent tags. In comes Mickey Morris.
And again, we talk about when are the jocks going to finally go to that next level? When are the jocks finally going to kick it in full gear? And I mean, one of the things that we question at times, Paul, is the seriousness behind them. And I mean, the joking around, the slam dunks, yeah, it's fun and cool and all, it's show. But at the end of the day, the jocks really got to do something to prove themselves within the tag team division. I feel like frequent tags like this and cornering Mac away from the rest of his team is at least a wise start.
The talent's certainly there, Austin. I mean, you take a look at someone like Big Jim Fridge, who earlier this month challenged Nick's Wild for the 880 championship. At one point was the #1 contender for that title, though came up just short.
Oh! Morris keeping Mac far, far away. And oh, maybe Morris is going to get a go. Do you think Morris has hops?
We're about to see as another slam dunk, shades of what they were doing last week on the Kings of the Cold buy-in. Something interesting that happened there is after they lost to Team Super Catfight SideQuest, there was kind of a mixed reaction in terms of sportsmanship between those teams. Now, is Irv going to slam dunk here?
I don't know. Irv attempting a slam dunk, but misses wildly. Tagging in. Here comes Angel. Angel all fired up. Certainly the freshest competitor for their team. And big German suplex there, dropping Big Jim Fridge. Out of absolute rule, big basement drop kick into the corner. This will be another cover now on Morris, only 2.
Near fall there for Angel Aviles, who is a student of CPA. CPA will be in action tonight as well, Austin, challenging Nick's Wild for the 880 championship. No eliminator. That is just straight up a championship match tonight in our main event.
That's going to be a great match. Can't wait for that one. But Morris with the sling blade. Here's Tonio's big back body drop, dropping Morris. Now Irving West into the fray. Grabs the arm of Tonio's and hooks it into the DDT. Action starting to break down here as CJ Monroe with a big uppercut. Just pure chaos right now, Paul. Now here's Fridge spinning around Monroe, and oh man. Not so fast, Fridge, big knee. Now Mr. 6'7" himself, big boot to the face. Tonio's back in now. It's getting hard to call now, Paul.
It is frantic here in the warehouse. Tonios the only one in the ring. Tonios maybe thinking dive here.
I don't know, Paul. Look at Tonios up top. What the hell does Los Tonios have in mind? Everyone on the outside with a big moonsault. Takes down everybody.
And that'll make that size advantage go away in an instant. It is chaos out here as now Mickey Morris dragged into the ring. Antonios might be looking to end it here.
I don't see why you wouldn't if you're Tonios. Gonna go for that cover. Oh, wait. Only 2. Tonios took a bit of hesitation there before he went to the cover. Maybe if he would have went right away, that could have been it. But Morris dropping Tonios with a spine buster. Mickey not going to waste any time. Spinning around the back, dropping Tonio's face first. Here is the cover. That's it. Wow.
Here are your
And just
winners.
like that, Austin,
The
Department of Jocks and Irving
Jocks
West,
and
I guess,
Irv West.
honorary Jock tonight?
I guess so. I mean, we saw them all attempt dunks. Irving West attempted his best impression of Mac McClung, but they pick up the win. I mean, let's take another look at this replay. Here's Morris dropping Tonios, getting the big win. We see El Luca actually in the chat supporting Los Tonios. Unfortunately, didn't quite go MDMA's way. Jock's still going to walk away with this victory. Party's on.
And I think Irv's invited.
Still so much action to come here on Thursday Night Fights, but you know the Department of Jocks damn well are going to take as much of this in as they can. Look at Irving West go. Okay.
He's got some moves.
Irving West going to go crazy at the frat house later.
Irving West is going to Vegas in April, so that's probably a good warm-up.
This match is a singles contest scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
We're going to keep the action going here on Thursday Night Fights. Thank you so much to everyone who is tuning in here tonight on IndyWrestling.us and also showing up here in the warehouse. Can you smell that? My gosh.
Hailing from Donnie Block, he left his shoes at Yo Mama's house. He is the usual suspect. This is the big scourge, Adrian Kirsch.
Adrian Kirsch ready for some singles action here on Thursday Night Fights. Kirsch definitely showing a new lighting, has the support now of the fans.
And
Snow
his
Angels.
opponent.
Why not? Perfect weather to do it in.
Love it.
I don't quite love this though, Paul.
Here we go.
I mean, here we go.
From Cleveland, Ohio, he is the Alpha Ally of Appalachia, and he needs everyone to know that he is not a bitch-ass bottom. He is the Monarch, Clayton King.
Poor Toddy's going to need some water after this, Paul, with so many damn nicknames. Clayton King, one half of Leaders by Example. Ready to go up against Adrian Kirsch. What do you think about Clayton?
And Clayton King, this is a very different Clayton King than we have seen in the past month or so. You can see the effects of being a former 880 Wrestling Tag Team Champion. It was a rough week for Clayton last week, and I think he has a lot of frustration to get off his chest here on Adrian Kirsch. I would not want to be Kirsch right now.
All right, well, here we go. Match has now started, and Clayton King already picking fights with the Tupac family for no reason. Of course, there's a lot of history between these two, Paul. Even before both me and you got here, these two have squared off numerous times, even at one point in time leading to an injury for one Clayton King. So no love lost between these two.
Certainly, between the direct history with Kirsch and, again, just the effects of last week, losing the Tag Team Championships back to Psychedelic Dreams, then losing a rematch under his own rules, basically. Clayton King, it was such a rough week and looking to rebound here, but Kirsch in control early.
Yeah, Kirsch is just taking it to Clayton King right now. You can only imagine where Clayton King is mentally right now. I mean, the whole Bakery Boy nonsense completely failed in the Leaders' way. They now lost their tag team titles, lost 2 straight nights in a row. Now looking to regroup and go back to the drawing board. Kirsch, not the ideal opponent, though, that you would want to have after such a tough 2-day stretch, and he just gets dropped.
And Kirsch in control here early. Clayton King taking a breather out on the outside. Again, I think we're just seeing the mental effects of the issues that Clayton King and some guy named John have experienced here in losing the tag team championship. It's not fun and games right now for Leaders by Example. And Clayton looks like he might have his eye off the ball here a little bit. Adrian Kirsch has been in complete control here.
I know, and he's just bouncing Clayton King's head off the damn apron like a basketball right now. Oh, one more.
Full 10 count on the hardest part of the ring.
And again, we mentioned
in a bad way here.
No, he really is, and we mentioned the history between these two as well. I mean, Clayton King, he might be in his head right now, knowing that Adrian Kirsch has had his number in the past. I mean, look at Clayton King. He's just crawling back into this. Little pat on the head, and dropping the elbow around the back of Clayton King's head. Going now for a cover, looking to put this one away, and no, King at 2.
And what a win this would be here for Adrian Kirsch if he's able to score this victory. Austin, I know you have personal feelings about the Leaders by Example. I even understand to an extent your personal feelings about the Leaders by Example. But they were extremely great as tag team champions. 80 tag team champions. They're one of the best tag teams that we have here in 880 Wrestling. And when he says Clayton, you can say rocks. But I'm not sure that we're going to do that tonight because he's in a pretty bad mood. But if he did that, you should do that because Clayton does rock. And Clayton now taking control of this match back.
I mean, I don't think everyone would agree with you quite on that statement, Paul. I mean, they usually say Clayton sucks. I'm just repeating what they say. Actually, we might hear it. Let's see if the Ferret can get the crowd going. That was the worst Euro step I've probably ever seen. Dropping the elbow right on Kirsch. Paul, you've played plenty of basketball yourself. That is probably the worst Euro step into a leg drop I've ever seen.
That was an MVP reference, Austin. Was that before you were born?
I was born in 03. Oh.
When I say Clayton, we say sucks.
See what I tell you? The audience has their own way of going about this. Clayton King visibly upset and, well, come on.
Rocks. Rocks.
I think you're the only one here saying rocks, Paul. I'm just saying.
It's okay to be the only right person in the room.
I don't think anyone in our chat would agree either. I'm surprised we haven't got a bunch of sucks in there yet. Oh, Clayton King, though. Dropping Kirsch, cover. Only 2 count. And see, this is what Clayton King and the Leaders by Example does on a consistent basis, Paul, and this is what I'm going to continue to call out. They want things to only go their way. Clayton King feels the official didn't count fast enough. He feels the audience didn't cheer loud enough. He always wants it his way, and honestly, that's not going to get you anywhere. That's probably why you're no longer the tag team champion.
He just wants to win, Austin. Everybody wants to win.
And look at this, just catching Kirsch up in the top rope. And I mean, this is what you need to do if you are Clayton King in this match. He was going for a bulldog. Kirsch reverses. I was going to say slow down the pace and try and slow Kirsch down, but Kirsch with a great reversal there.
Might be the opening that Kirsch needs.
I think you might be right. Clothesline into the back elbow. Adrian Kirsch dropping everything that Clayton King is throwing at him, and now he's just going to hammer away.
Getting to the point in the match, Austin, where it's just whose body is going to fail them first.
Oh! I mean, you see there, even when Kirsch was dropping Clayton King, it even took him a sec to get up and get into this cover. So much has been taken out already. Will this be it? No, that was only 2. I was about to tell you to ring that bell. Only 2. Tony Leo on the count.
And that was so close to being a huge win for Kirsch here. Easily would have been the biggest win of 2026 for him, going up against a former tag team champion. And now Clayton taking control back with some punches.
Very much so. I mean, we've seen Adrian Kirsch in tag team competition with various opponents as well. Various tag partners. Oh, but wait a minute. Clayton King drops Kirsch. Oh, this got to be a cover, and it is.
Here is your winner.
What a win.
The Monarch, Clayton King.
Clayton King with the victory on Adrian Kirsch here tonight on Thursday Night Fights. And Paul, I'm going to leave you with this replay right here as Clayton King drops Adrian Kirsch. I have some other business I need to attend to.
And what a huge win here by Clayton King, getting back in the win column, the former 880 Wrestling Tag Team Champion, signaling he is ready to get gold back around that waist. Excited to see what is next for Clayton King and some guy named John as the leaders by example. It's my understanding that here in just a moment, our own Pittsburgh's favorite Jagoff, Austin Carnes, will be interviewing the new 880 Hardcore Champion, KC War.
I would like to introduce my esteemed broadcast partner to the ring, Austin Carnes.
I think there's an opportunity here.
Thank you, Tony. How we feeling
Clayton
tonight?
King,
How are you doing?
I am doing well. Congratulations on the win, getting back in the win column there.
You know, that's what we do around here.
To be back
We lead
in
by
the
example.
commentator's position with Tony Tondera and professional Paul Michaels. But it's even more of an honor to be here in this ring with all of you tonight. So thank you all so much for showing up. The biggest honor I could have, though, is introducing my guest that I'm going to sit down and interview with today. Ladies and gentlemen, he is your new 880 Hardcore Champion. Please welcome the Muay Thai Maniac, KC War.
Great, here comes this loser.
KC War certainly was in a war Friday at Kings of the Cold, closing the chapter against amateur wrestler Reese Hayes, taking the 880 Pure Championship and now re-christening it as the 880 Hardcore Championship, the first singles title in the career of KC War here in 880 Wrestling.
You know, the problem with this call, he didn't even earn it. He took Reese Hayes in a Pure Wrestling Championship and turned it into a mockery. It was a farce of a match, a dog collar match with the Pure Champion, owner, amateur wrestler Reese Hayes. It's absolutely ridiculous. This shouldn't even be happening right now. I'm appalled. If it wasn't for, John and the rest of the leaders and the fans of the leaders, I'd go on strike. I wouldn't even do this anymore. This is ridiculous.
Now, I was a bit critical of KC in the way that I felt he kind of bullied Reese into that championship match, but at the end of the day, the bell did ring in that match, and KC Ward did come out, according to those rules, as the hardcore champion. And you at least have to admit that, Clayton.
I thought you were more sensible than that. There was no contract signed. There was nothing official about it. KC bullied
You
him.
want to take it, see, KC? It's great to be with you, pal. Congratulations. You deserve this, seriously.
You deserve it! You deserve it!
That's what they should be saying to Reese. Ridiculous.
I fully agree with everybody here. KC War, I want to be the first to tell you, congratulations. You deserve it. You are the new hardcore champion. And I know you've probably been asked this a million times already, but I got to ask, how does it feel finally being a singles champion?
Austin, it's completely unmatched. Brandon and I have gone miles and miles up and down the East Coast, collecting belts as a tag team. I'm emotional just thinking about it. I always have my best friend Brandon St. James in my corner. I always have MV Young in my corner. I have the Steel City Killers I can depend on. And I have the rest of the 880 fucking universe at my back with this hardcore title.
Now, Casey, we all saw the war you went through last week. Kings of the Cold against amateur wrestler Reese Hayes in that gruesome dog collar match. I got to ask, how are you holding up after that?
Yeah, it's been a tough weekend. Obviously, tonight I'm not medically cleared to wrestle. It was a hellacious battle, and honestly, I loved every second of it. I'm not going to lie to you.
And Casey, I do got to ask, we know that Brandon St. James is probably at home watching you as well, your wife Allison, so many amazing fans that have looked up to you. What is the message you want to leave with them now that you finally have achieved your goal?
I think I said it most simply Friday night. I climbed the mountain. This has been a 3-year journey. In all of 2025, it had been countless opportunity for countless championships, from the TNF title, the 880 heavyweight title. It didn't matter if it was Gianni Michael Enrico holding it the very first night at the shop in the South Side, if it was Nick Wild's very first defense. I answered the challenge. And to finally walk away with singles gold, it's an insurmountable feeling.
And I mean, you had a tough 2025. A lot was thrown at you. A lot of came your way. But I'm going to leave you with one final question that I got to ask. I did ask you this on 2 Jagos, which was pretty cool. But I'm going to ask you again here live in front of everybody at 880. What is your goals for 2026? What's next for the new hardcore champion?
What's next? Yeah, you're right. I said it on 2 Jagos. It doesn't matter where I go. It could be anybody from Canada. It could be anyone across the country. If you step into 880...
Some guy named John...
Now we're talking.
Assaulting KC War. This is an ambush.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he's doing here, but he looks damn good.
And look at this, John. And he's thinking about putting KC War on the shelf here with these chairs. Austin, what are you doing?
Oh, that's a bad move, hombre. That's a bad move. Oh, you messed with the wrong guy there.
Of course, Austin's a broadcaster. He's no physical threat to John.
Yeah, he picked the wrong fight.
No!
Oh, you hate to see it happen to a rookie.
No, I do not have your back on this one, Clayton. I have had my differences with Austin Carnes, but Austin is a broadcaster. He's no physical threat to John. This is not what we sign up for as media members here of 880 Wrestling.
Now, Austin is clearly biased. He's been biased from the first day that he stepped foot in this building against the leaders, especially John. This is a perfect example of his mouth writing a check that his body has to cash, and John just cashed that in right now. He deserved it.
No, I cannot get behind this at all. You had something to do with this, didn't you?
I actually had nothing to do with it. I
was
surprised.
So convenient that you're out here.
I'm surprised everybody. I had a match.
You had a front row seat to this. You knew this was happening.
I had a match that I was preparing for with Adrian Kirsch. If you notice, I won. I was doing my game planning to win. I had no idea that John was coming out here for that. I'll have to check in with him later to see what's going on. But I've got my eye on somebody that I need to take a look at coming up shortly. But for this, I'll get with John later. I had no idea. I had nothing to do with this. I don't even know. John and I haven't talked since we lost that tag team title shot.
Likely story. What a despicable act by some guy named John. Someone I've respected. I've gone to bat.
Sorry, everybody. We will have an update on Austin as soon as we know. But for the time being, let's get back to the ring. This next contest is a singles bout scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
I got to tell you, Paul, all things considered, this is one of the scariest men I've seen in the 880 locker room since I've been here. True fact, I once went up to this man, just tried to talk to him, see if you want to be a leader by example. I like his style. He grunted at me. It gave me a look like he was looking lasers through my head, and I got out of there so fast.
Led to the ring by Remy LeVay from Asgard. He is Dead Hand Society's resident Viking. This is Gunnar Bergman.
Gunnar Bergman, the resident Viking of the Dead Hand Society, making his singles Thursday Night Fights debut. We've seen Gunnar in several
Introducing his
multi-person
opponent.
matches.
Built like a brick outhouse, Paul. I tell you what, that's one man I'd like on my team. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Come on, really? This is really what we're doing right now? A joke. This is crazy. It's Gunnar Bergman.
This is my daughter's favorite wrestler, by the way.
Oh, well, she needs to pick a new leader. Right, Paul? Come on. What a joke. I'll tell you what. Look at Gunnar go. Just a mountain of a man. This should be out of here. Time for dinner. Get home and watch Melrose Place. You know what I'm saying?
From your local flower garden, she is the Botanical Badass. She is the unwilting Tatiana.
I tell you what, Paul, this should be over in about 2.5 seconds. I would put all of my net worth on Gunnar Bergman right now. Look at that guy. It's crazy.
Well, we've certainly seen Tatiana involved in top rope tabletop. I'm not sure she's actually fought a real Viking in the ring before, though.
Oh, yeah, there's a first time for everything, Paul. Come on.
As I mentioned, it's the singles TNF debut of Gunnar Bergman. And certainly a size and strength advantage, to say the least, goes to Gunnar.
Oh, my goodness. I forgot my popcorn, man. This is crazy.
But experience is on Tatiana's side, Clayton, and we see that there with Gunnar missing with a couple clotheslines and Tatiana taking early advantage of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure her eyes were closed. It looks like she's getting a little lucky. We'll see. There's no way you can hold him off for that long.
Multiple kicks by the unwilting Tatiana, getting the better of Bergman early on here.
Oh, yeah, what's that going to do?
And the tide now turning as Gunnar in control, smashing Tatiana's head into that turnbuckle.
Yeah, you mess with the Gunnar and you get the horns. This is crazy, Paul. This one is not going to go much longer. She's in deep water with that Viking.
Well, you mentioned wanting Gunnar to be a leader by example, but Gunnar Bergman seems pretty entrenched right now in the Dead Hand Society and is learning from that group, including being under the tutelage of the 880 champion Nix Wild, who will be defending the championship tonight, as Remy LeVay getting involved, and a kick to the face of Tatiana, and that is an instant disqualification. Tatiana will win this matchup by DQ.
This match has been ruled a disqualification.
On the other hand, you gotta love it.
Your winner,
will not stop this
Tatiana.
assault.
Yeah, you know, some places you gotta pay extra for this kind of carnage. Wait, what?
Wait a second. It's Brandon St. James.
Yeah, you know, Paul, I've got to go check on John and make sure he's okay. You got this from here, buddy. You got it. You can take care of it.
And Brandon St. James, who was put on the shelf by Dead Hand Society and missed Kings of the Cold last week after a vicious assault of multiple tombstone pile drivers by Saturn Price. And what's BSJ got to say?
Oh, goddamn.
Brandon's
Goddamn. We can't go one fucking week without these idiots beating up someone that they fucking shouldn't be. No, I can't help but notice that that fat ogre of a man, Saturn Price, isn't here tonight. So, turns out, I've been cleared to wrestle. And I got my gear on right now, and I see a good friend of mine in this ring, and I see two motherfuckers I can't stand right there. So, if my math is correct, looks like we got a tag team match on our hands. Does that work for you, George? All right, sick. Does that work for you, Tati? All right, hell yeah.
And we've got impromptu tag team action about to start. I'm now joined by the king of Pittsburgh, MV Young. MV, it's an honor to have you alongside me here for this matchup.
Dude, I'm just so glad that Brandon's neck isn't broken anymore.
And the action has not officially started yet, but Brandon St. James getting action into the ring.
This
The
match.
bell will ring, and we are underway in this impromptu tag team matchup.
Knee to the jaw.
What started as a one-on-one matchup for Gunnar Bergman versus Tatiana is now 2v2, and we're immediately seeing the tandem offense and the experience advantage at work here. Tatiana into the cover, only two. Crowd at the warehouse firmly behind Tatiana here. But you see the size and strength advantage of Gunnar.
Tati's showing some great fire here. Ducks the line. Oh,
And caught by Gunnar. And Gunnar thinking big slam here. The
fall-away
slam by Gunnar Bergman.
Where did this Gunnar Bergman guy come from? I've never seen him, and all of a sudden he's just in the Dead Hand Society. It's ridiculous. Where are they recruiting these guys?
He's now the resident Viking. I was just talking to Clayton King. Clayton wanted him in Leaders by Example.
Oh, yeah, everyone wants a piece of Gunnar Bergman, I guess. I don't think he can speak English.
Tatiana now in the corner. Irish whip into the other corner. Here comes Bergman. Big splash on the Botanical Badass. Now Gunnar thinking suplex here. It connects Bergman into the cover. And only two.
Tati is unwilting. She's reaching for Brandon. But Gunnar, early in his career, has the wherewithal to transition that right into an armbar. Driving the elbows into the deltoids.
Bergman now moving the action over into the Dead Hand Society corner. Remy LeVay into this matchup. And MV, from your vantage point, what does it mean for somebody like Gunnar Bergman to get that experience as part of the Dead Hand Society, get to work with folks like Remy LeVay, like the 880 champion Nick Wilde? That's some decent tutelage, right?
Well, whenever you are brand new and you have a lot of people around you that are working with you, it hides your weaknesses. So while he might be young, while he might be a little green out there, what he is, he's big, he's strong, and he's a brute. And you can really lean into that, especially in tag team action, where you can have quick in and outs of the ring. You can do cheap shots like that. Don't really have to worry about being green whenever you can neutralize your opponent cheaply. But I don't agree with the Dead Hand Society. I don't agree with anything they do. I don't agree with how they do their business. But of course, a guy like Gunnar is going to thrive in that environment at an early stage in his career.
The strength of Gunnar.
He's sucking the life out of Tati.
Able to get out of that bear hug with a strike. And grabbing the hair and pulling Tatiana down by it. It's just raw strength, size, and ability for Gunnar Bergman. It has yet to really translate over into the win column here in 880 Wrestling, but Gunnar has been impressive in the few weeks that we have seen him in action.
You know, Dead Hand Society, they always have a fall guy, right? They always have a guy. They have Jazz. They have now Gunnar, someone that's willing to take a bullet, so to speak, for them. And you know what? It's like every single time Nix is in trouble, Remy's in trouble, we get a new guy, we get a new person out here to do the dirty work. And I don't really appreciate it.
Gunnar now putting the boots to Tatiana. Knee to the gut, another knee to the gut. And back over into that DHS corner. Will he tag the more experienced LeVay? He does. And LeVay back in now, tandem offense. And Brandon is itching to get in there, MV.
Well, Brandon has been out for a few weeks, so you know he wants to fight. You can tell he came here ready to fight. He's the wettest, he's the wildest, and he likes getting punched in the face and giving it back. So I doubt that he wants to be standing on this apron for too much longer.
In the meantime, the Dead Hand Society were working on Tatiana in that corner. But to your point, MV, Brandon St. James has been shelved for multiple weeks, had to miss Kings of the Cold due to that injury. Is ready to get back into action against the very group that shelved him.
Yeah, I think he's been thinking about this for a while now. I'm very interested to see what happens. If Tatiana can get that tag, he's going to go crazy out there.
Strikes by Tatiana, breaking that hold and looking for another big kick. Staggers the big Bergman. And a second kick. He's back into the ropes, misses a clothesline. Tatiana up on the second rope and a double drop kick. Takes down Gunnar, and this might be the opening for Tatiana to make that tag to Satan's favorite saint.
Right to the gut, had to have knocked the wind out of him.
Referee George Ross has begun the 10 count. Both competitors looking to get to their respective corners. Here's the tag to Brandon St. James and to Remy LeVay.
The big dog. Oh, creams Remy with a rolling elbow. Low bridge on Bergman. Blocks a lariat. Another elbow. Baseball punch. No. Underneath the chin. BSJ is rolling.
And look at these strikes, and before the injury to Brandon St. James,
cross cutter.
The big cutter had his sights set on the 880 championship and singles gold into the cover. Near fall on Remy LeVay. Of course, now Brandon's partner Casey Ward in the fourth line we just saw obviously captured the 880 Hardcore Championship on Friday. So Brandon St. James, I imagine, looking to get some singles gold of his own possibly down the line. As unfinished business with the Dead Hand Society. Here's the tag, Tatiana back in.
Going for a double suplex.
Bergman's back in though.
Oh, knocks it down.
And you saw how everything changed the moment that Bergman got back into the ring. We went from potential double suplex to Bergman just kind of taking control. Now big strikes in the corner to Tati.
Going for that sidewalk slam. Oh, assisted sidewalk slam. Oh, God, spike in the back of Tati's head.
Tandem offense by DHS. Remy into the cover. 1, 2, and no. Tatiana able to get the shoulder up.
Grabbing the hair.
The Dead Hand Society, they're a group that wrestle like the rules are merely a suggestion.
Oh, a little disagreement. I didn't know Gunnar could speak English.
Must be very limited. I mean, he's been here 3 weeks now, so I feel like he's working on it.
Yeah, they have him on that Duolingo. Oh, NZ to the face.
Remy back in now, and Tatiana big time.
Big spear from Tatiana. Oh, I see Gunnar stirring. Oh, boot to the chest just sends her flying.
Boot takes Tatiana down. I think those are more words, MV. I think he says more than you think.
That's
you give him
crazy.
credit for.
I didn't know How did he learn English so quick? Oh!
Brandon St. James got the big man up. And the big man comes down.
Cover, cover, cover. No. He's playing to the crowd. You know, he's excited. That's okay. Whoa!
Big belly-to-belly by Tatiana. And you're seeing that experience advantage really start to come into play for the team of Tatiana and Brandon St. James. ESJ in the high-rent district. Here's the cover, and that's it.
Here are your winners, the unwilting Tatiana and Satan's favorite saint, Brandon St. James.
And just like that, MV Young, Brandon St. James is back. He's cleared, and he's back in the win column with that tag team victory, as you see on the replay provided by Sidekick Media Services, going to the air.
The boy is back, and he's lifting up gigantic Vikings and spiking them on their head. Shout out to Tati with the belly-to-belly on the big man.
Okay. Now you motherfuckers see, this is just the goddamn beginning. I've taken you two out. I'll do it again if I have to. Because Saturn Price, you're fucking next. And after Saturn, I'm looking at you, Nick's Wild. Your days with the 880 title are fucking numbered!
Well, there you have it, MV. Brandon St. James laying down the gauntlet on the rest of the Dead Hand Society. Wants a shot at Saturn Price, who more directly put him on the shelf with a flurry of tombstone pile drivers several weeks ago.
Revenge is on his mind.
Big win for Brandon St. James, and things do not appear to be over by a long shot between BSJ and DHS. Back over to Toddy Tondera.
So, folks, we have 2 more matches yet to come. But we go any further, I want to give a special thank you and to shout outs to our cast and crew. First and foremost, let's give it up for Pittsburgh's favorite jagoff, Austin Carnes. Now, Austin, of course, we will have some medical updates at 880 Wrestling on Instagram at Austin Carnes 412. Also want to give a shout out to Sorgatron, Mr. Sorg over there, and his camera crew. Especially D. It is D's first week on camera. Give it up for D. And on sound, our emotional support twink, Lainey Alexander in the back. And on commentary this evening, first, the professional Paul Michaels.
How am I doing? Let me know in chat as long as it's nice.
And of course, what would 880 Wrestling be without the King of Pittsburgh, M.V. Young?
Sweater. Thank you.
And our officials for this evening, Mr. Tony Leo and senior official George Ross. This next contest is a tag team attraction for the 880 Tag Team Championships. Introducing the challengers, the champions.
What's going on?
First, the viral villain, Jay Karma, accompanied by the queen above all, Nikki Winters. Collectively, they are the Royal Powers.
So Jay Karma and Nikki Winters somehow have got their belts in their hands. I know we had a little bit of a locker room switch today, unfortunately. I would just really love to know how that happened.
Now, MV, I swear I have not missed a show, and I believe that Psychedelic Dreams are the new 880 Tag Team Champions. They won those titles Friday at Kings of the Cold.
Well, I haven't seen Jay Karma here in months. I've never seen Nikki Winters here, so I would love to know. I would love to know how this happened. Is this some debauchery on hands of some guy named John and Clayton King?
They don't just have the titles, they had Billy the Alien, too.
Oh, they have the Alien! Oh. Well, this just became personal.
And their opponents.
Where's the belts? Go get the belts!
Oh!
First, he is the Psychedelic Prince, Sammy Suntimer. The Prophecy, Aleo Dreams, they are the real 880 Tag Team Champions, Psychedelic Dreams.
How did they let that happen?
That is strange. I've never seen that before. So Jay Karma and Nikki Winters have effectively stolen the 880 championships.
Don't like that.
And guess they're giving Psychedelic Dreams an opportunity to win them back, though Psychedelic Dreams are the rightful champions.
Leo just taters Jay Karma. The Monty Straw Cradle by Sammy Sunheimer.
Quick roll up. Now MV, Jay Karma and Nikki Winters, of course, students of T2T Brooklyn.
Yeah, I know something about it.
Can you tell me a little bit about the relationship between T2T Brooklyn and T2T Pittsburgh?
Yeah, back in 2020, I was an assistant coach for T2T Brooklyn, 2020-2021, before I came here and obviously started what we now know as 880 Wrestling. So there is a working relationship, so to speak. You know, we have a lot of the New York versus Pittsburgh shows in the past, things of that nature. They have a real, they got a real complex with old MV, and kind of really like to lean on the idea that I left them like a bad father. But the reality is, I'm Pittsburgh born and bred, baby. So I was always going to come home. But, you know, I'm grateful for my time in New York. I'm grateful for spending, I got to spend a little time with both of these wrestlers early in their training, and you know they have a ton of potential, but there's no bad blood personally between me, but it seems like the Pittsburgh kids and the New York kids, they've built their own bad blood.
Well, quite the T2T Brooklyn presence on this show tonight. We saw some other students in action earlier in the night, and then of course CPA will be in action in our main event.
CPA, one of the main head coaches of T2T Brooklyn currently.
And may try to bring that 880 championship back over to T2T Brooklyn as Psychedelic Dreams now working Jay Karma in the corner. Tag to Sammy Suntimer.
Stiff forearm in the corner. Yams. That's a team right there, baby.
Of course, Psychedelic Dreams spent most of January chasing the 880 championships back. After losing them at Unholy Holiday, they recaptured those titles at Kings of the Cold.
Oh, kick to the lower back. Ref Sonny D did not see it, obviously, because he has nothing to say about it.
Aleo was thinking Dreamcatcher there, but now a quick tag.
Springboard stunner has Aleo reeling, going for the wheelbarrow into the flatliner.
Nikki Winters in the cover. And Aleo gets the shoulder up to preserve this tag title reign of Psychedelic Dreams.
Nikki Winters throwing her belt.
This is the first time we've seen Nikki Winters in 880 Wrestling. As you already mentioned, Jay Karma, no stranger to 880 Wrestling. And I understand that Karma and Aleo Dreams have somewhat of a frenemy relationship, and Aleo had effectively challenged Jay Karma, go find yourself a partner at T2T Brooklyn, make your way to Pittsburgh, and take us on for the 880 Tag Team Championship. So just like that, just 6 days after winning the championships, we're seeing Psychedelic Dreams as fighting champions.
Yeah.
Winters,
these two have really built up all these students have built up some kind of cross-state, rival state rivalry amongst each other. We've had a lot of 5-on-5s, a lot of 2-on-2s, 3-on-3s, things of that nature, and because of that, they've really developed a hatred for one another, and there's a lot of New York versus Pittsburgh pride at play.
Iron sharpens iron, always a great thing for these two groups to get together. As Winters now
Snapmare takeover.
Going into the sleeper hold, slowing things down here. Here's the tag to Jay Karma. Karma back in this matchup, blowing a kiss to Sammy, and then the drop kick in the corner to Aleo.
I gotta say, if these two pull out the 880 championship after disrespecting them, taking their belts, we're gonna have to have a little talk at practice next week about what it means to defend Pittsburgh.
Suplex by Karma into the cover, and it is another near fall. And Sammy Suntimer itching to get into this matchup.
Throwing haymaker. Sunny D, you're going to do something. Those are closed fists. Oh, okay. I like those closed fists. Those are good closed fists. Hammering blows. Sunny D. This is just how cousins fight.
Well, in any event, Karma with the cheap shot now on Suntimer. And the Brooklyn team has been in control for most of this matchup, MV.
Yeah, they look good. They do look good. But I think that at some point here, Aleo and Sammy are going to have to dig deep and decide, this isn't just another Thursday. We've made this a cross-state rivalry, like I said. We have to dig deep. You have to show some passion here. Go into your bag of tricks. You guys have been a tag team now for 2 years. Show me something.
A big elbow to Nikki Winters, knocking her to the outside.
Schoolboy rolls to his feet and a super kick.
And super kicks are legal tonight, MV. They were not on Friday in the Bleed by Example match.
They should make super kicks illegal in AEW. Sorry, we're not supposed to say that.
That is certainly neither here nor there. Step up enziguri by Aleo Dreams, looking to make the tag to Sammy, but Nikki Winters back in there and will prohibit that tag from happening.
Oh, ducks the enziguri.
And look
Rolls
out.
Through. There's the tag.
Tag to Sammy Suntimer.
Sammy boy. Weaving, throwing taters. There's another super kick. Blocks the shot, blocks the other. High knee to the face. Nikki Winters is reeling, going for the German. No, we're going to have a waist switch. German, no.
Into the ropes, and another super kick by Sammy. Sammy promised lots of super kicks tonight to make up for not being able to do them Friday. Into the cover, 2 and no. Karma in to break up the count. This match will continue.
All right, Aleo just took his shirt off, so I know that we're about to get cooking now.
Things slowly breaking down there. The meteor off the top rope by Jay Karma.
Going for a package power driver. Oh, into the backbreaker.
A package backbreaker, I guess, as it were. And here's Aleo.
Oh, springboard cutter. Nikki Winters, big forearm.
And things breaking down here. Losing control of the action. These fans not really behind the Brooklyn group here. Definitely some Pittsburgh solidarity here from the crowd at the warehouse.
I also think they're just very confused as to why they had the belts, as am I.
Sammy taking control back with strikes. Maybe was looking for a DDT. Both competitors into their respective corners and make tags.
The backslide. Props him up on his back. Knee to the face.
Big spear.
Come on, Sammy.
By Nikki Winters, and Karma going into
Kick
the
out,
cover.
kick out.
And Aleo diving, taking Nikki Winters out and breaking up the pin as part of the process.
That is what we call a car crash.
What a heads-up move by Aleo Dreams to preserve the tag title reign of Psychedelic Dreams. Now all 4 competitors down, and we are enacting the 10 count. Great action here at the warehouse. We're getting to that point where it's just a matter of whose body will betray them first.
All 4 competitors working to their knees.
Alternating strikes by both teams. You have to feel like we're in the late stages of this matchup. Now all 4 competitors up, and the Brooklyn team getting the upper hand.
There we go.
Stereo super kicks by the champions. And stereo knees now by the challengers. Duck under, now a pair of Germans from Psychedelic Dreams.
Maybe the momentum swing that they needed.
Is this the opening? Will they try to put things away here, MV?
God, I hope. Oh, driving Karma's face into the mat.
Is that it? Into the cover, 2, 3. Psychedelic Dreams retain.
Take those belts back, boys. Take those belts back. Get your alien, too.
Here are your winners. And still 880 Tag Team Champions. Sammy Suntimer, Aleo Dreams, Psychedelic Dreams.
A bit puzzling, a bit confusing for everyone as you see the finish there, that tandem offense by Psychedelic Dreams to retain the titles. A bit questionable, as you mentioned, how the tag team titles were brought out by the challengers, but we know who they're going back with. They got the titles back. They've got Billy the Alien back. Aleo has his shirt back. All is right with the world, MV Young.
Thank God. I was getting really worried back there, to be honest with you.
We still have an 880 championship match about to happen.
All right, folks, who is ready for our main event? Our main event for the evening is a singles contest scheduled for one fall. And it will be for the 880 Championship.
Let's go, girls.
And again, MV Young, we certainly talked about the strong T2T Brooklyn presence from top to bottom on this show, and many of the students that we've seen are students of CPA who wants to win that championship and bring it back over to Brooklyn.
Yeah, CPA is a guy who I have made a lot of towns with in my life. We go way back. I feel a little conflicted here because I don't want the 880 belt to go back to Brooklyn, but I don't like the way that Nick's Wild handles business. So I guess what I'm hoping for is a draw.
It's been a while since we've seen CPA here in action in 880 wrestling, but CPA always a crowd favorite, always entertaining, and has been making the towns, has certainly been making a name for himself in the greater independent wrestling scene. And a big opportunity for CPA with the crowd at the warehouse firmly behind them. There's no Pittsburgh-Brooklyn division here. They're firmly behind CPA.
It's because Nix is an asshole.
Is the 880 champion, the trigger finger of the Dead Hand Society, the Black Sheep, Nix Wild. Nix Wild has never been popular, of course, since joining the Dead Hand Society, but at the end of the day, MV, the results are there, and Nix Wild has been very dominant in the win column as 880 champion. You don't always agree with the method in which they do it, but the results are there, and the rule book doesn't say cheated. The rule book doesn't say numbers advantage. The rule book just says, the book just says win.
Yeah, well, Nix Wild has had a very, very long tenure as champion, including a victory over me on an icy night at the World
Referee
Series.
for this contest, senior official George Ross. First, to my left, the challenger from the fine ass district. His weight withheld for tax purposes. This is CPA. And the champion. They are the trigger finger of the Dead Hand Society. They are the Black Sheep, Nix Wild.
Gearing up for 880 championship action. Now, I'm not sure, MV, if you're the 880 champion, do you have to file that on your tax return?
Yeah, you do. And it's a write-off. So Nix Wild should be grateful for that. Now, Nix Wild has defended the belt against a lot of very, very dangerous opponents during this reign. I'm not sure that Nix Wild has faced someone as unorthodox as a CPA, because CPA, he's goofy, he has a lot of unorthodox maneuvers, but he's a very good professional wrestler, and he has a lot of experience on Nix Wild. So I think Nix needs to take this very seriously. And I think Nix needs to be on their toes a little bit, because CPA is going to show them a lot of tricks of the trade.
Unorthodox, certainly a way to describe it. We've seen Nix Wild be very successful in eliminator matches, able to turn back some would-be challengers from the 880 championship before we even got to that stage of a title match. But this is not an eliminator scenario. This is a championship match right out of the gate for CPA.
I don't think I would be too mad if CPA was the 880 champion. Nix likes those eliminators because Nix likes to have a little bit of a insurance policy, if you will, if they were to lose. Not one of my favorite aspects of this very successful reign that Nix has had. But I will say this: I give Nix Wild a lot of credit for stepping up, and actually putting the belt on the line against a veteran like CPA.
CPA powering out of the headlock attempt and reversing it into a headlock of his own. Champion now reverses into a wrist lock.
It'll be interesting early on to try to figure out how many shirts CPA has on currently.
And now a wrist lock from CPA. They are going tit for tat. with these holds. Nick's now rolling through. And possibly a thumb to the eye. Referee George Ross using a little bit of discretion there.
Nick's had a good angle. I don't think George could see it. Kind of like the bread and butter of a Nick's Wild.
Now CPA rolling through and does not stop rolling. Very rollover IRA-esque by CPA as the shoulder tackle from Nick's Wild trying to, and I think Nick's, to your point, taking things seriously, but now the shirt is coming off.
There's one. Take a shot.
But a shirt underneath, and Nick's Wild
Nick's immediately starts hammering CPA.
Not at all entertained by the antics of CPA. Feet to the face.
So I mean, the veteran presence of CPA tricking Nick's Wild like that, luring them in, and then
CPA into the cover. 1 second away from the 880 championship there, and now a drop kick. The experience advantage of CPA, again, combined with the unorthodox style. It's a matchup unlike anything, to your point, that Nick's has experienced, I think, in their reign as 880 champion.
Oh, cutter.
Nick's is dazed.
Right back where they started.
CPA thinking 10.99 here. And it does not connect. And a big double-A spine buster by Nick's Wild. Into the cover, and CPA kicks out.
This is where Nick's Wild really thrive, beating down their opponent, beating them down, testing their will. The constant threat of DHS in the back looming. This is what they like. This is the pace they like. This is where they like to be, especially in a main event style match.
Nick's Wild just not giving in to the shenanigans of CPA. I think, to your point from earlier, has taken this match very seriously thus far.
Nick likes to do these in threes. If they can get all three of them. Oh, no, going right to the snapmare.
Snapmare on CPA, and then another. Champion now firmly in control, looking to retain. 1, 2, and a kick out by CPA. Will take more than that to put the veteran down.
Grinding the collar into CPA's neck. Oh, now the nose. You hear the fans react.
This possibly has a hold of that tie.
Yeah, looks like they do. Oh!
And CPA now back in control. What's CPA thinking here? And then Nick's grabbing him. And going down is CPA. Can Nick's capitalize? CPA ducks under, now flash pin. Nick's gets the shoulder up. No new champion here. Nick's ducks the clothesline. Back suplex. Nick's Wild now off the ropes. Clothesline. Into the cover again is the 880 champion. And another kick out by CPA.
Disrespect, slowing it down. CPA, while he's down there thinking about the beating he's getting, he knows, he watches 880, he knows that DHS could be in the back. He knows that it's a threat. He knows that, you know, the way that Nick's Wild likes to work, there's always a little bit of offense supplementing the idea that those guys can make their presence known at any given point.
Nick's Wild trying to get CPA up on that turnbuckle, but CPA resisting. Now Now Nix does get him up.
Nix going for the superplex.
Nix, as you mentioned, thinking superplex here. Nix signaling that it's over.
I personally would not take CPA to the top because he has a very deadly missile drop kick, and he's fighting for it. I don't know if Nix watched all the game film because CPA has a very, very dangerous drop kick that you can see he's working for. He gets his feet back over the ropes as he unloads those haymakers to the rib cage, to the face. Oh no, he's going for...
CPA thinking powerbomb, but Nix able to counter.
Really good defense by Nix Wild.
What's Nix thinking here?
I think CPA got his knees up.
Double clothesline, both competitors down. Referee George Ross will begin the 10 count. You wished for a draw at the beginning here, MV.
Yeah,
that's what would happen if we get the 10 count here.
I think I want CPA to win.
Now, if CPA were to win the 880 championship and take it back to Brooklyn, I mean, do we need to send a contingent over there to try to get it back? How does all that work? Do you know how that works?
CPA takes it back to Brooklyn. I think what we're going to do is, we're just going to send Pittsburgh guys on a weekly basis until we get it back. As long as Nix Wild doesn't have it anymore.
Seems fair to me. Neither competitor able to get an advantage, and CPA now thinking the shirt coming off again. And shirt out into the crowd, and now we're thinking 1099. And this time it connects.
Oh, there it is. He's going for it. The missile drop kick. Oh!
And there it is. Do we have a new champion, MV? 1, 2, no! Nix Wild gets the shoulder up as the crowd here at the warehouse firmly behind CPA. They want a new champion.
Does he have one more shirt on underneath?
CPA talking a little smack. Has Nix up. Nix with the elbows. Nix now catching CPA. CPA going for a ride in that turnbuckle, but is able to recover. Gets up on that middle turnbuckle. Kick to Nix. Was maybe thinking for that missile drop kick again, but the kick to the ropes gets CPA down. And is Nix thinking Wild driver here or no? Neither conceding an inch, but there it is.
Just deadlifting CPA up and driving the back of his head.
The strength of Nix Wild, and that is a kick out. CPA kicks out, and this match will continue. MV, I thought that was it.
Yeah, that's one of Nix's biggest moves. They're probably a little frustrated right now, but I mean, I don't think that we've seen the Sling Blade yet. We have yet to see the package power driver. Nix has a lot of things up their sleeves, but as does CPA.
And Nix, of course, also has some members of the Dead Hand Society in the back that could turn the tide here in an instant.
As always.
Would be curious, though. CPA's got some students back there, too. I'm wondering if they would even the odds in a situation like that.
Probably too busy trying to steal our belts.
CPA rolls through, and we do not have a new champion.
Oh, that was close.
As Nix kicks out in a big elbow by Nix. Drop kick by CPA. Does not get it. And the headbutt.
Oh, big headbutt. Drops CPA. Misses the lariat.
This 880 championship match becoming a battle of wills as CPA going for it. Nix Wild.
Oh my God, that was close.
Kicks out again. Multiple chances here where Nix Wild has been within a second of losing the 880 championship. Now Nix thinking Wild driver, and there it is. Is that it? It is. Nick's Wild, still your 880 champion.
Here is your winner, and still 880 champion, the Black Sheep, Nick's Wild.
A very game CPA, had multiple chances at closing this one out, but unable to do it, and another big win for Nick's Wild, and they were able to do it all alone this time. Nick's Wild will retain the 880 championship and will potentially move on to their next challenger. We have no idea, of course, who that will be.
The reign of terror continues.
Well, this has been a great night of action. Thanks to everybody for joining me on commentary. We send out our best to Austin Carnes. Please keep note of the 880 social media and Austin social media.
Let's give it up one more time for CPA.
Have a fantastic night, and 880 Wrestling is clocking out.
Boosh.